start the season off with a draw. What's your assessment of that?
I felt the first 10-15 minutes we struggled to get into the tempo of the game. I knew what it felt like when we played Halifax Town at home 2 seasons ago, and the energy that Fylde had going into the first 10-15 minutes, I think, didn't take us by surprise. So I did tell the boys that, but I felt that we were a little bit on the back foot. I felt we dominated large spells of the first half, but the second part of that, and I think we got our just rewards with Ricky Shakes' header.
We showed a lot of class when we did grow into the game. What changed for you?
I felt a little bit of detail in terms of our back three shape. I think just getting a little bit more in the front foot and playing possibly in Fylde's half a lot more. Probably asking questions of their back four. I felt the seconds we condensed the game with the back three, which allowed our three midfielders to get in touch with the Montrose, who sits in there and does a great job for Fylde. I just think that we made a game 45 yards instead of the 70 yards that we initially had in the first 15 minutes.
Familiar face came up with a goal. Just how much does Ricky offer you on that wing-back role?
He's got an abundance of fitness. I feel that the endeavour, desire, hunger, especially, he ticks all the boxes as a wing-back. He can get up and back regularly. And you look at how he attacked that goal, that's frightening header. He's left the kiddie in the heap for about 5-6 minutes after that. So, the endeavour to go and get on the back post. I think the quality from Manjo Belanta on the 2 goals was magnificent, and you see that at times what he can do with the ball. Just need to try and get him on it a little bit more.
It was the other wing back who got the second goal. Why is this formation so successful for you?
I think we've got loads to work with. I think we've got loads to work on. I think the squad boasts this shape. I think that we got good personnel at the back, good personnel through the midfield, and I like the 2 up top because it occupies back 4s or back 3s. So we've got loads to do, though, Craig. I think I saw little details today that we need to improve on. But it's our first game. You look at Jamie Turley going in on his debut. He only landed at the club on Thursday, and I think that he took to it like a duck to water. He's an organiser. He's a man. He's a leader. So I look at that. There's only positives, but we ain't the finished article yet. There's loads to do. And we go again, our focus now turns to Tuesday on Dagenham on Tuesday.
Lots of debutants today, as you said. What was your assessment of their performances?
Yeah, I think that the boys have had a good 5-6 weeks with us. I think they're trying to get accustomed to what we're asking of them, especially us as a management team. I think the boys are learning each other. You look at Turley, Champion, Kieran Murtagh, Paul Benson, Kane Smith, all them boys coming into a new squad. They're all going to learn each other's traits, their weaknesses, their strengths. So, like I said, there's loads to do, but very positive to start with.
Back at it again against Dagenham on Tuesday. What can you take from this performance into that?
I think they've learned a lot. I think they've learned, for me at this level, you give anyone an opportunity like the kid Smith gets with 15 to go and he rifles into the back of the net. I think you've got to defend a little bit better than what we did. Yes, there was a mistake from the skipper in the centre of the park, but for me, I think you can nullify the lefty. Should identify that they changed their shape, which we're trying to get the information across. But again, positives. You look at how many set pieces we had today, corners. I think we went into nearly double figures to their 2 or 3. A couple of shots, second half, we probably should have increased the lead. But no, I take a very positive view from today. We've come away to a team that, like I said, have got habits and want to on the up in terms of their tails are up, and they've won X amount of games last year. Nothing but positive.
Got a very strong side. The winger who came on, who's on loan from Bristol, was particularly impressive. If it wasn't for him, you could have maybe came away with more, though. Possibly.
Obviously, I've got to give Dave credit. He changed his shape. He changed his personnel. He married up to us because I felt that we were dominating the game in spells. I felt, especially when he changed it, even Bruno Andrade got a couple of half chances down the side of the fullback. Goals change games. He had a little bit of brilliance, and no disrespect to anyone, I think that on a given day that deserves to win a game, let alone get a point.
On Tuesday against Dagenham, it's a more established team in the division, a very different kind of test to today. Will it be slightly more defensive, or are we going straight for them?
No, we're at home, so I want to get on the front foot. I was saying that I was looking at last year. I think we've come away from home and scored 2 goals, and that's something that we probably didn't do last year. I think we look offensive, we look like we can get goals. I think we have goals across the park. If your 2 wing-backs are scoring today, you add your 2 strikers, your man just in behind. I think that we'll have to see what Dagenham have to offer. I believe they've won 2-1 today, so they'll be positive, they'll have confidence, but it's for us to assert our authority and we go from there.
Very hard-working performance today. Benno doesn't look 37, does he?
I think he's 37 going on 11. He can run all day, to be fair to him. He just gives you that platform. You see how cute it is when it comes into him, it sticks. He wins lovely little headers. I think he brings people into the game and it enables you to get high at the park. But he is 37, as much as he don't look it, he is 37, so he has to manage himself. I have to manage him. I think we've got a group that want to progress. I think we've got a group that are looking to work together. You see the 2 goals scored, everyone celebrates, so that's the positive. I look at that, there's a team. There's an energy to want to try and produce this year.